I know I've been gone for, I think, maybe over a couple of weeks now. Well, I have a very good reason for that, and I'm sure once you hear it, you will, you know, excuse me. But last week I went to the book convention Utopia, which is held in Nashville, Tennessee, and obviously you guys know I'm not from America at all. I'm not from Nashville. I don't live in America. I live in Scotland, but I travelled over from Scotland just to go to the book convention, and it was so worth it. It was just amazing. The experience as a whole is probably one of the funnest things I've ever done in my life. It was just, there was so many, there was like such a community feel to it, and it was like, you know, they were just accepting you into it, even though you hadn't been before. Some people didn't know who you are, some people knew who you were, and you know, it's such a fun way to go and meet your favourite authors and in person. You know, so I wasn't speaking to them through a computer, I was actually speaking to them in person, and that was such a big thing for me because, you know, living in Scotland, you know, there hasn't been a book convention in Scotland yet. Like for young adults and new adult authors, there is going to be one next week, I think it is, in Edinburgh, which I'm going to. So there will be another video coming up for that when it happens. But for Utopia, I'm going to just tell you about what happened and how I found the full experience. I've sort of did the experience part, but I'm going to even fangirl even more. So me and my mum went over on the Thursday, and Utopia was started on the... No, we went over on the Wednesday, and Utopia started on the Friday. So we got up really early on the Wednesday. We went to the airport. We got our flight tickets and stuff, and we had to stop in at New York on the way, and then catch a connecting flight from New York to Nashville. So we got up really early, and we had like was it a 7-hour flight, I think, from Glasgow to New York. And so 7 hours in a plane. It was a long haul flight. I've never done a long haul flight before, but it was okay. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting. So we got to New York, and then we got told that the little, I can't remember what you call it, it's like the shuttle thing that takes you into New York, wasn't working. So my mum was like, oh, we can, you know, get the bus and then try and get a bus in or something. So we spoke to one of the bus drivers, and he told us that we could get the bus to Penn Station and then get a train from Penn Station straight into New York. So we got on the bus, and the bus was 25 minutes. We had like a 7-hour layover, or 7.5-hour layover. So we were like, that's plenty of time to go into New York, see some New York, and then head back to the airport to catch a flight to Nashville. So the bus to Penn Station was 25 minutes, and then the train from Penn Station into New York was, I think it was 40 minutes. So by the time you added all that up and you actually took the bus down, we did take the bus down to Penn Station, and we hung about Penn Station for a little while, because it was so big as well. So we hung about Penn Station. We were in New Jersey, so yeah, so, you know, we didn't really know anyone, we didn't know our way around, things like that. So we went to Penn Station, and then we didn't really see a point in getting into New York because by the time we got there, you know, it would be time to come back. So we didn't do New York, but we caught our flight to Nashville and went to Nashville, and then on the Thursday we just sort of hung out, you know, getting used to the hotel, because we did stay in another hotel for the Wednesday night and the Thursday night. And then we moved to the hotel that Utopia was being held in for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and left that one on the Monday, and went back to the cheaper hotel, because the Utopia hotel was pretty expensive for a room. So yeah, so we moved back to the cheaper hotel, but the cheaper hotel was really nice as well. So yeah, so we just sort of hung out on the Thursday, and then we went to lunch with Julia Crane and Eden Crane from Eden Crane Designs, who does book covers and book designs and things like that. And they like, I met Julia last year, in April, and she was just amazing, and she made such an impression on me, so I couldn't wait to see her again. And we talk online a lot as well, and I was really excited to go and see her again and meet Eden for the first time. So we went and we had dinner with them, and Julia's niece was there as well, and she was lovely as well. So we went and we had dinner with them, and we went to the mall with them. We went to Opry Mills Mall, and that was just huge, and all the stores were huge. So it was a really fun thing to do. And then Utopia was the Friday. I will admit that I did miss Sylvie Day's speech, because there was a problem with her hotel room, and yeah, so we had to get that fixed, and we missed Sylvie's speech because of it. I also didn't meet her because she was at the Friday night book signing, and I didn't see a point in going to meet her reading the volume, because I'm going to be meeting her next week anyway at the one in Edinburgh, so I sort of thought I'll just wait and then meet her there. So yeah. But anyway, on the Friday was Sylvia's speech, and then it was like you sort of just walked around and bought books and things like that. So it was like exhibitional booths and things, so there were like loads of authors there. There were some huge ones, and Jennifer Lamontrout was supposed to be there, who's one of my favourite authors, and I actually took like all her books that I didn't have signed with me. I think there was about 12 or 11 there, and I took them all over with me, and then I found out that she actually didn't manage to make it because her flight was delayed, and she didn't get, like, the last 2 seats on the flight were given to 2 English people who travelled from England to go to Utopia. So they two got the last 2 seats on the flight, so Jennifer would have had to wait for the next flight, which apparently she wouldn't have gotten for time for Utopia or something like that. So yeah, so I didn't get to meet her, but Macaulay Smeltzer, who's one of my favourite people in the world, offered for me to send my Jennifer books to her, and she would get them signed for me in September when she goes to meet Jennifer again. So I did that, and I'm so excited now because I'm getting them signed. She did offer book plates, but I had this thing where I don't really like book plates that much. I prefer the book to actually be signed. So yeah, so I was super happy when Macaulay offered to let me send her my books. But yeah, previously I pre-ordered, I think, over 50 books to pick up at Utopia, and it's a little bit nuts because we were like, oh my god, how are we going to get all these books home? But we actually did manage it. We had to ship most of them home, but we took like a little rolly suitcase because we were allowed a carry-on, like a backpack, and a carry-on with us onto the plane. So we had like a trolley case, and they didn't actually weigh it because you were only allowed like a certain amount in the trolley case thing, and they didn't actually weigh it, so we could have put like so much more in it. But yeah, we got quite a lot of the books home with us, and then we had to ship quite a lot home. So yeah, but it was, and then, well, in theory I did end up with, I think it was 70 or 80 odd books. I have no idea how I ended up with that many when I was only supposed to come home with about 50 or 60. But yeah, I couldn't help myself, and people were giving away like books for free. I think I got about 10 or 11 or 12 books for free. So yeah, I was super happy that I got a bunch, but I wasn't expecting to get so many. They just kept piling up, and my mum was starting to worry because she's like, how are we going to get all these books home? And then we managed to fit quite a lot in my suitcase, and obviously my Jennifer books were away to Macaulay, so I had more space in my suitcase. So I managed to fit like a lot more books in my suitcase, and it was pretty nuts, to be honest. And then we had to like wheel the rest down in a huge suitcase to the post office to mail them all off. So it's quite an experience. But Utopia was just amazing, and so, then the Friday there was like the sort of public book signing, which was a lot of fun as well, and there was like all different authors that weren't there for the full weekend signing as well, so it was super exciting. And I met authors like Heather Self, who was just insane and so nice. I met Kiri Taylor, Melissa Perro, who flew all the way from China. I met Carlisle. I don't know how to say her second name, and I really don't want to say it because I will slaughter it. But she is from South Africa. And she was so nice as well, and I wasn't actually sure how she was going to talk, like how she was going to sound when she spoke. But it was so sweet and so cute. And Melissa was so nice as well. She's actually from New Zealand, but she lives in China now. I didn't know she was from New Zealand. But yeah, I learned that when I went to see her panel. So on the Friday and Saturdays where there were panels, there were 3 panels going on at the same time, so you sort of had to pick and choose, but you could get up and leave and go to another panel and check out all 3 of them if you wanted to. But I did go and see, I think it was 3 different panels. I went to go see the one about the sort of putting like real teen issues into books, like cancer, depression, self-harming, those types of things into a book, putting real life things into books and into young adult and young adult books. And it was such a fun panel, and Megan Vernon was on it. Did I mention that she took Joshua Sean McCann to Utopia, and he was so nice as well, and he shook my hand, and I was too scared to ask for a hug, but I did get pictures. And there was like a booth on the Saturday night, and it was like a professional photographer was there, and you could go and like stand in front of like the background thing and get your picture took. And me and a friend, Justine, who I met for the first time there, she's so awesome. I'm gonna link her channel below for you guys to follow because she's so awesome. That I met for the first time, actually convinced Josh to come and take pictures with us in front of the sort of picture thing. And he did, and it was super fun. And I will show you guys, there was another video, because I'm gonna do another video once I receive all my books in the mail. As I say, I will have some here, and I'll also be showing you all my swag that I got. This is the bag that I got from Danny Hart. It's got all my swag in it. That I picked up at the event, and then I also got loads of tote bags. So yeah, so I did grab a couple of extra tote bags for giveaways, and I think I grabbed some extra swag too. So yeah, so there will be giveaways and things like that. But that's all going to be shown in the other video. This one is just to sort of talk about the experience. And it could be a very long video because it was such, it was 3 days full with things. So then that was like the Friday was sort of, no, I was talking about the panels, and then I went to see the Two Heads Are Better Than One, which is about co-writing. And I didn't know that Melissa Perro co-wrote a book, and I didn't know that Anna Cruz co-wrote with her husband. I didn't know these things. And then C.A. Kins, which is Adam and Carol, I knew that they two co-wrote together. But I was really excited, and it was such a fun experience to learn about that. And then I also went to the sort of one about the cover designer panel, and that had Ian Crane, Regina Wamba, and Kelsey Keaton on it, which was such a fun experience. And because it's so, you don't realise how much goes into a cover until you actually sit there and you're speaking to a cover designer and they're telling you how much goes into it. So it was such a fun thing. And then on the Saturday it was just sort of, you went around and went to your exhibition booths as well. And then that morning there was the keynote speech from Jennifer Albin, who is so nice. She's so sweet and so nice, and she was just unreal. I sort of thought to myself, I don't know how to take it. I was like, I don't know whether she's going to have, I'm going to say it. I don't know whether she was going to have a stick up her arse or be really nice. But she was so nice, and I wasn't sure how to approach some authors like that, like throughout the weekend. I wasn't sure how to approach some authors, so I thought, are they going to have a stick up their arse, or are they going to be really friendly, really nice, and completely surprise me? So yeah, it was just such a fun experience, the full thing. And then obviously Justine brought my copies of Cruel and Altered for me by Jennifer, and I got to get them signed and get a picture with her. And she's so nice. She was unbelievably nice. Um, and then we just went around the exhibition booth. So I went with my mum. If you guys can't tell, I went with my mum, and then we just sort of, around all the exhibition booths. We picked up all my pre-orders on the Friday, so we had like no pre-orders to pick up. So it was just sort of a little walk round and things, and it was so much fun. And people were like recognising me, like authors were recognising me, and I was just sort of like, whoa. I didn't realise they were going to be recognising me, so it was sort of weird. It was so weird. And then even some cover models were recognising me, and I was just like, so it was so nice, and I was like so nervous at it because it was like my first book convention that I'd ever been to, and people were so nice at it, and I don't know whether it was just because they were American. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to go to this one in Edinburgh and people are going to be like really, or whether they're going to be like, like Utopia. But I don't think it's going to be like Utopia because this is the first year it's for the one in Edinburgh, and Utopia's been running this was the third year for Utopia, so yeah. But it was such a fun thing, and if you ever get the chance, go to it because it's just unreal. And then on the Sunday, it was just sort of a sort of reflection day. So people got up and spoke about their experience. I'm not even doing this in chronological order. I'm just telling you about things that I remember that pop into my head. But Sunday, people got up and spoke about their experience at Utopia and how they found it. And I was like, people were getting really emotional. It was such an emotional morning. People were crying. I was nearly crying. I'm shocked that I wasn't, floods of tears. But I actually managed to hold it back. And I think the whole room was just in tears. It was such an emotional morning, but it was like so fulfilling. Because you just, you'd spent the weekend with these people and you got to know them and talk to them and, experience something beautiful with them. So to say goodbye to them was actually really hard. I found it really hard. I was like, oh my god, this should just go on further. so yeah, I know, and then on the Saturday there was the award ceremony, and that was so much fun as well. There were like so many problems as well, and it was just, it was so funny because someone would say something funny or someone would make the situation funny, so you were like, maybe it's not going to be as bad as you thought, because the slideshow was quite mucked up a little bit. It looked like it was thrown together in 2 seconds, but it probably took quite a while to make. And then there was what else was it? I don't know. I think anything else really went wrong, to be honest. But that was just the only thing. But it did turn into a really a funny thing. So and I was sort of like, yeah, I could have made a really bad thing about it, but kind of because it was really funny. And the presenter was amazing. I can't remember her name. I think it was Chelsea Starling, who's an author. I think. I'm not sure. I'm positive it was. I'm positive that was her name. I could be totally wrong though. But it was so much fun. And she was so funny. And I loved the whole idea of the award ceremony. I would have loved it more. There is one thing that I have to say. I would love it if only authors that were actually at Utopia were nominated, because there were like so many people winning awards that weren't actually there. Like, I know Jennifer Armentrout won a bunch of awards, and I know she was supposed to be there, but it was people like Suzanne Collins, Cassandra Clare, who else? There was someone else that won that wasn't there. There were quite a few people that won that actually weren't there, and I found that really frustrating a little bit, because I was like, anyone in their home could have won that award, and someone who's not actually here and would probably never go to, well, I don't know. I was going to say never go to a book convention like Utopia, but they probably would, to be honest, if they, had time and probably get paid to do it, because, big authors don't do things for free that often. But yeah, it was so much fun though at Utopia. And would I go and do it again? Hell yeah. In a heartbeat, I would totally do it. Next year's is going to be 4 days. So they're actually going to be doing it, I think, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I think it is. Which I think is definitely a really good idea. To spend an extra day with the people, around you is such an amazing thing. I wish I'd done that this year. But I'm super happy that, I got 3 days with these amazing people. And I mean, as soon as I walked in to register, me and my mum, it was like the first author I bumped into was Elpie Dover, and she recognised me, so I was like, oh my god. And then it was Regina Wamba from May I Design and Photography, who was freaking amazing. Was the second person I saw, and I was just overthrown that these people were recognising me, because I just found it unreal. And I was sort of, I think I nearly got like pounced on several times as well, so I blame the accent, but yeah. So I was super happy that I got to go this year. It was just meeting everyone. I mean, I met some people that I look up to, and I was so scared to like speak to them. I mean, I met CC Hunter, and she was such a little gem. She was smaller than me. I'm like 5'2.5", and like I feel everyone there was taller than me. And then I met CC Hunter, and she was just sitting on her table. Like, she didn't have like a big banner with her books on it or anything. So I think she was like a last minute person to come in for the Friday night book signing. But she was sitting there, and she was just like, no one was at her table. So I went up, and I was like, is that CC Hunter? Because like Justine had given me a CC Hunter book as well, because she had a spare one. So I was like looking for CC Hunter anyway to get it signed, and I grabbed it. I went over, and I was like, is that CC Hunter? And I was expecting her to have like a big banner and things like that, because she's like, I don't know, would you say huge? I would say huge, author. So she was so sweet. I just wanted to hug her and take her with me, because she was so sweet. And then I met Christy Cook. She's so nice. Why are these people so nice? And then I met Brenda Pandas, and she was so nice as well, and she was so so funny as well. Then I met Shelley Crane, obviously Julia, but I did spend a lot more time with Julia than anyone else there. I met who else did I meet? My goodness, Megan Vernon and Josh, obviously, shit Josh. I love Megan so much. She's so sarcastic and so witty with everyone. And I'm quite sarcastic as well, so I thought we were gonna love really well. And then I met Mary Ting. She is just amazing. Such an amazing person. I never expected in my life that Mary Ting would be such a loving. Well, I mean, not my life. I knew she was going to be like a loving person, but to just speak to her in person and just see how amazing she is, it's just wow. I couldn't believe it, and I kept seeing her, and we'd kind of tap each other to say hi and things in the way. And then I met Michelle G. Miller, and she was so nice as well. And her book covers are so gorgeous as well. And then I met Sarah Ashley Jones, who I love her. Her hair colour is amazing as well. She was just fantastic. I couldn't believe that I got to meet her in person. I just give every day just to meet her in person. She was so sweet and so nice. And then I met who else did I meet? Felicia Tatum. I was dying to meet her for ages, and I got to meet her in person, and she's so nice. Who else? Chelsea Fine. Oh my god. I've been a fan of Chelsea Fine for like years. So to meet her in person, for her to actually recognise me was unreal. And she nearly like pounced over the table to hug me, and I was just like, oh. So yeah. So I was like really, I didn't know whether to be scared or nervous, to be honest, because it was just, I sort of got better as the days went on. Um, my nerves started going down. But it was just such an amazing experience. I'm trying to think who else I met. Carrie's Bolton. Um, um, oh my gosh, I can't even remember all the people that I met. There were quite a lot, to be honest. And then Danny Hart, Amy Evans. She was super sweet. I'm looking through my notes now because I actually cannot remember. Eva Polar, CG Redwine, Heather Lyons or Loins, I'm not sure. I kept saying Loins to start with, but then I heard someone else at the convention saying Lions or something like that, so I'm not really sure. But I got to meet her too, and she's so nice. Who else did I get to meet? Who else? Was that it? No, that definitely was not it. There were so many people. They were just, I knew who everyone was when they were like walking past me. I was like, oh my gosh, there's Chelsea Fine walking past, or there's actually I didn't see Sylvie Day at all. Because the crowd for her was just huge. Because she was only signing at the Friday night book signing. So yeah. Who else? Oh my gosh, I can't remember who else I met. I did get to meet cover models Tessie and Nathan, who work with Kelsey Keaton at Key Keaton Designs. They were so lovely as well, and they recognised me, and I was just like, I was just blown away that people were like knew who I was, and I was like, yeah, I know who you are too, but I'm just too nervous to approach you first. But yeah, it was such a fun experience and such an amazing experience. I really want to go next year. But I'm not sure if I will be able to afford to be able to go. But I'm really going to try and attend next year, and hopefully this video convinces some of you guys to go, because I know that I think it was over 700 tickets sold this year, which was more than doubled since last year. I'll be honest, it didn't feel like 700 people were at that book convention at all. Because there was so much going on that you weren't all in one room together. There were, there was always 3 different panels going on. I think there was about 3 different rooms full of, authors. So there was so much going on that it didn't at all feel like there were 700 people at the event. But there definitely was. If you were to stick them all in one room with like the keynote speeches, but sometimes not everyone went to those, and not everyone went to like the award ceremony. So there was never 700 people in the room, but it was such an amazing experience. So, people were so loving, and I got to go to Nashville for a week, so that was so much fun as well. And I got to go to a Barnes and Noble and a Books A Million for the first time, because we don't get them in the UK. And that was so much fun as well. And I did buy, I bought 2 books from Books A Million, and they were super cheap, and I could have bought 10 books, but I really couldn't, because I'd already bought way more than I was supposed to at Utopia. But I did, then at Barnes and Noble I bought 1 book, and the author was actually at Utopia, but I didn't buy the book from her there. I bought it in Barnes and Noble, and I actually got Eden Crane designed the cover for it, and I actually got her to sign it. So yeah, so I was super excited about that too. And Eden was super excited to see it on the bookshelf, because it was the cover she designed, and it was sitting on the bookshelf in Barnes and Noble, which is a huge achievement. So yeah, so that was such a fun thing, and I knew how to buy it because it was the last copy there. So yeah, so it was such a fun experience. I definitely recommend it to anyone. I think this video is running on just yeah, it's about half an hour. So if you stuck in there, then thank you. And if you guys ever get the chance to go to Utopia, go. Seriously, do not miss out because it's amazing. And I'd like to say thank you to everyone who was there, who was super nice to me, and everyone who recognised me, and then Janet Wallace who organised it. Thank you so much. I hope I get to see you guys again next year. So that's it for this video. I will be putting another video up, maybe next week, maybe the week after, of all the books that I got there and all the swag and tote bags. Because I'm still waiting on my books to come in the mail. So I'll be doing the video sort of the week they come, definitely I'll be doing it then. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys go to Utopia one day. If you do, let me know how you find it. Thank you for watching. Bye.